I still continue to think that BYU is the only program in the country that's just full blown practicing right now. I don't understand. I don't know of any other program that is like grinding full uniformed practices 5 days a week right now. But BYU basketball is, and no one's stopping them, and I'm greatly enjoying it. We have more updated BYU practice footage that has been released publicly on the BYU Twitter. Shout out to the BYU social team doing a great job building excitement for the most exciting team in college basketball next season yet again. We got two videos yesterday, Riley. We got one captioned "A Peek Inside Practice" today that's about 50 seconds long and is just more cinematic than anything, I would say. And then we got a second video shortly after, 43 seconds long. POV, you're a fly on the wall in the annex. And there's some drill work. There's some one-on-one stuff. There's some 3-on-3, some half-court 5-on-5 even. A lot of shot making, a lot of AJ Dybantsa and Richie Saunders shining in this video. Historically, for years, Riley Davis, you have been our off-season vibes practice film expert. We bring you in anytime we need a consultation on whether or not we should be impressed by things that we see from social media accounts from off-season practices. This is right up your alley. How excited should BYU fans be based on these two videos?
I love the move of the back-to-back releases where the first one is like a little bit underwhelming. I'm just gonna put it out there, like you mentioned the cinematography. Gosh, I apologize. It's early in the morning. BYU fans, I will not stumble over my words like that again. Cine the film work is dope, but it's like it was too much passing for my liking. Like I think we got one Dybantsa shot, we got one Xavier Staten dunk, which was good to see. I like to see the other freshmen get a little bit of shine too. Left a little bit to be desired though. Second one delivered though. They released it I think 2 hours later. I'm a sucker for some drill work. I like to see how the sausage gets made, so to speak. And when you show the drill work, let me see the good drills that end with AJ Dybantsa dunks, that end with Richie Saunders finish through traffic. That's a way to tease like this is what our two stars look like playing together. Also, I believe it looked like Kevin Cato was wearing number 5 now. Wore 13 last year. I wonder if he got that from Mikhailo Boskovic. I like a good number shift as well. If unless my eyes might have mistaken me there, but yeah, a lot of good things to take away here. But mainly, I love just seeing like the one-on-one drill work, and even with that, like the film work, the editing was really cool as well.
Yeah, I just continue to be at a 10 out of 10 max excitement scale on all things BYU right now. And I know people like downplay this or kind of think we're trolling when we do actual coverage of stuff like this, but I actually think it's very important, especially with a program like BYU that's still in a transitionary period. Let's not forget, this was a year removed from Mark Pope being the head coach here and sort of leaving you in the dust for the biggest brand in the sport. We didn't know what BYU basketball would be. We certainly did not expect BYU basketball to have the number one prospect in the class and all of these transfers and this recruiting momentum that's never been there before. We would have been called crazy for thinking that was going to happen the day that Mark Pope got fired. And it sounds dumb to say, but it's legitimately true that it's extremely important how a program brands itself when it's still in the becoming process of who they're becoming. BYU has a chance in the Kevin Young era to become a powerhouse. And you have to do some marketing based things to get there. And I already see 1 month into this offseason them doing a better job than every other program in the entire sport at promoting their own program. You know how much I would kill to see practice footage from Michigan's transfers right now? We don't see that. I haven't seen any Big Ten school put this together. I haven't seen anybody in the country put this together. So not only is BYU doing it, they're doing it consecutive weeks now. It seems they're legitimately practicing more than anybody in the country. And I think it's a testament to Kevin Young and just the way he's running all levels of this program from the top to the very bottom to the social media department to the marketing team, how cool they're doing this and wrapping it together. The more important encore takeaway for me, Dybantsa and Saunders together, I don't think it's set in until this second video drop for me how good of a duo that is. I mean, we knew it on paper, but then you watch this video, the POV video they dropped, that's basically 43 seconds of like a lot of one-on-one king of the court style get downhill and make a move. AJ Dybantsa's unguardable, and Richie Saunders was arguably the best isolation scorer in the Big 12 last year. And Dybantsa's just giving him buckets. It's like how I imagine Mountain Dew felt when they launched Baja Blast. Like we've got Mountain Dew. Everybody loves it. But now we got Baja Blast. That's AJ and Richie, and I don't know how anyone's going to handle that.
I think you're leaving out a key component of that analogy, Greg.
Code Red.
Exactly. Saunders is Code Red, AJ is Baja Blast. Where it was like I think Code Red was Mountain Dew's first foray into alternative flavors,
Mm.
and then they really perfected the product when they brought in Baja Blast, aka AJ Dybantsa. I think like that duo is going to be awesome, and the fact that they have like the point guard with the best handles in the country, setting both of them up, like this perimeter trio is going to be electric. We don't even like. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we got any Rob Wright footage. He might not even be in Provo yet.
I don't think he's there unless if he is there, the only there was one guy I saw very briefly in one of these videos, number 7, but I don't
I
think
was
that's
wondering,
right.
yeah, that was my first thought too, but I didn't
No, that
corroborate.
guy's way too big to be Rob Wright.
Yeah,
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 I believe last week we were told Rob Wright's not in Provo yet, so I assume he's still not there.
yeah. I think Rob Wright will wear number 3 too. He'll just like take the point, like that should be the BYU point guard number. Like Yegor gives it up, Wright steps in as the successor. Rob, like I would love like the aesthetic of Wright the third with number 3 underneath it. Let's like
Yeah,
go for
that,
that, Rob.
that feels
Um,
right. Are we worried that Rob's not there yet?
no, they have plenty of time to develop chemistry. It's only May.
Okay.
Are you a little? Are you forecasting some trouble in Provo when Rob shows
No,
up?
because I
Like,
trust everyone involved to figure it out, but this team has a lot of cooks in the kitchen on paper. We know that. And I didn't love Rob Wright's fit. I love Rob Wright, the player. I didn't love how Baylor worked last year. I felt like VJ Edgecombe was sort of the Dybantsa who was like, I'm the guy, give me the ball. And Rob Wright
mhm.
was like, no, I'm the point guard. I have the ball. And then everybody else was like, well, where do we fit in? Like, I didn't even notice Jeremy Roach was there. So I'm a little. Rob Wright would be the guy I would want at practice right now. I would want to be
That's
sorting through that early. I wouldn't really want like Dybantsa and Saunders to feel great. Like we're working, this is great, and then Rob Wright comes in and has the ball 80% of the time, starting in October. You know?
this is culminating with like Richie Saunders posting an Instagram story, like a snapshot from practice of him and both him and like Dybantsa next to each other, like kind of hands on these, like get catching their breath, and just with like a Lil Brutta with this emoji next to it.
It's true.
And I really hope that doesn't spark some jealousy from Rob Wright, and we have some friendship issues before he even gets there, and it's like too hard for him to break into the inner circle.
So the moment that we get this post, you're right. That everything's going to be good. It'll be perfect. How high do you have BYU right now? Because there
I
was a
have the
little there was some online debate of how high BYU should be last week.
I have them top 5. You've kind of like made me question that. And I think especially when I look at like the defensive numbers from last year, I think they were 82nd on KenPom. I don't really know how that gets a lot better this year with no Mawat Mag. And I think I love Kebaketa, the player, but if he's your starting 5, I get he can block some shots, but just being 6'8", I think he doesn't offer as much rim protection as you would like as that safety net to where I think the defensive ceiling still concerns me because I kind of think like, can the offense really be that much better than it was last year? And their season still ended in the Sweet 16, which was great for Kevin Young's first year. But I don't know. I just worry that the defense could ultimately be their Achilles heel to keep them from being like true Final Four contenders.
I think they need Staten to have an on-court role to help with that because he
Mhm.
he is a big-time rim protector
Mhm.
profile-wise, and if he's playing like 17 to 20 minutes a game, kind of the Foose role from last year, then I think your
Yeah.
defense could get a lot better. But you're right. If it's primarily Kata, I do question it. Rob Wright's not a great defender. AJ Dybantsa, we have no idea what he's going to be defensively. So there are questions, but they can be offensively good enough to just still be a top 5 team anyway. Yeah, I've been going back and forth. You mentioned I was kind of talking you off the bandwagon, but want to be clear. I don't want to talk anyone off the BYU bandwagon. I'm still on the bandwagon. I still want to get more people on the bandwagon. I just think like I don't know. I We were kind of tearing up our way too early top 25 after Boogie Flan went to Florida. And I think there's four cannot go wrong teams right now. I think it's Purdue, I think it's Houston, I think it's Florida, I think it's UConn. Those four cannot go wrong with what they've added and what they brought back. BYU feels just outside of that group for me. And if you want to put them at 5, I love that. We might feel really foolish for putting them lower than that as soon as the games start. And
Mhm.
what I was going to say is just the more footage they put out, like the more I watch Saunders and Dybantsa together, I'm just like, how could this not be a top 3 team in the sport? You know?
That's fair. Yep. Yeah, I hear you on that completely.